Hello everyone, this is Hashir. Welcome to part 2 of Tic-Tac-Toe with Python and Turtle. Um, uh, Now we need to add some more attributes on our class. For example, self.spot equals 0, which we are using to point the index in our list, and self.x equals 0, and self.y equals 0, which we are going to use them for coordinates. Self.move equal player. Actually, we can wait for this. And what else we need to have here? Now let's go to user method and add x and y for coordinates. Self x and y, which we need them for getting the coordinates. And let's continue with this way. Let's here down create main, define main, and put this stuff here. And after, when games start to work, we don't need to have turtle main loop for keep up and running the screen. And here we need to have the turtle on the screen clicks. Call it turtle dot on screen click, and need to have access to user. Okay, like when we are clicking on the screen, it will look to our class and find the user and point x and y as reference, as coordinates. And down here we need to say if name will equal main, then main. Okay. Okay. Now see if we can get a print from our clicks. So in user, to print x and y. Yeah, we can get the click. So as I said before, if you watch another tutorial of mine, memory tile game, we also use the same method for getting the click from user. And after, we need to create a frame over each block here on our screen. Now let's round these coordinates. Let's keep them up here for now. Say x equal int self.distance multiply round x divided by self.distance. We do the same for y equal int self.distance multiply round and y self.distance. Okay, like so we converted into, because this is like a float. Okay, when we get this click, you see here these are not rounded number. So self.distance, which is 80, multiply round of x divided by self, the distance. So this way we are rounding and creating some kind of frame for each block. Now again, print x and y. Let's see what's the difference now. One 136.0, 151.0, and here we have 160, 160. Not bad. 160, 160. Okay. Now we need to convert them to index. Then up here we create one method, create one function. Actually, it's very hard to say what's the difference between method and function. It's like, in reality, methods are a special class of function which can bound or unbound to class. So I don't know. And define get spot self and parameters x and y. All right. And here it says self.spot equal none. If I have self.spot here, yeah, self.spot I have up. Okay, where I was here. Yeah. And let's create some if statements. If x equal minus 60 and y equal 160, then self.spot equals 0. Okay, and we need to have 9 of these if statements. Let's copy these one more time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now we copy this line here. And later on we can just change the numbers. It's a little bit of hard coding, but never mind. This is more like learning the concept than so next line is if x equal minus 80 and y equal 160, then self.spot will be 1 because these are the first row. And if x I think, yeah, maybe, no, it's correct. Now if x equals 0 and y equal 160, then spot equal 2. If x is minus 160 and y is 80, this is second row, then spot will be 3. And if x is minus 80 and y is 80, spot will be 4. And again, if x is 0 and y is 80, spot is 5, and last 3 is minus 160 minus 80. Let's do it this way, and 0, and both of all these 3 y are 0 and 0 and 0, and spots will be 6, 7, and 8. And finally, return self.spot. No. Go down a little bit. And now here we can say, okay, print self.getSpot, and here X and Y. Let's see what we will have. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 7, and none. Okay, there's something wrong there. 160 minus 160 minus 80 minus 0 minus 160 minus 80 minus 0. So these are, yeah, this one is wrong here. It should be 0. And for y, it should be 160, 160, 160, 80, 80, 80, 0, 0, 0. And 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, one more time. We will try to run it. I hope you can see here the 0 number here. Okay. We jump out. Actually, the program not responding. Okay, nice. Close the program completely. Okay, never mind. One more time. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, it's now we have correctly converting the coordinates to numbers. For example, when we click here in top left, it's same as we are calling and pointing the 0 index in board list. A kind of progress. Now we can just get rid of this. Actually, get rid of these print statements. We don't need them anymore. We just need to get the number by self.getSpot. We remove this, and also we remove this line. So when we click on the screen, by this self.getSpot, we can have self.spot. So we can use this self.spot to point to specific index in our board list. Now let's go up. What was the self.move? We don't have self.move. Then self.move equal, or we, yeah, self.move can be something for now, because we need to have two self.move, one for computer, one for player. Then now we call it P here, and down here in user we can say self.move. When it's come to user function, self.move change to X. Okay, and now we can try self.board, self.spot, which we took it from get method, what we create, equal self.move. And here we can just say print, for example, self.board. If we correctly could insert this character into, like, append it to board. Not appending, sorry, just change this empty item to character. Okay. And yeah, okay, for example, here, now we can have it here, correct? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, this is 8. So we have access to our list. Good, good. Self.getSpot. Okay. What else we can do? Now we need to go back to board and mark it there. So now we have to change the number to X and Y coordinates to correct framework that exactly stamp it in between the block, not up and not down. Then let's create, we need to have cross, all right? Then we create one function, we call it cross, define cross self and X and Y. It's kind of, this is maybe one problem with Turtle, because when you are working with Turtle, you need to use more math. And because of that, some people, or most of the programmers, they just dismiss it, underestimate it, and it's not so easy to work with Turtle. I should admit that. Maybe it's easier to work with Pygame because a lot of things are it's kind of created in ready packages. There you can just access it. What I need to do, like say print one more time X and Y, like what we already have here. Print self.board and after self.cross. Self.cross X and Y. Okay, and when we call this method or function, it's going to print X and Y one more time. If it's going to work. Let's see. Minus 6060, minus 6060. Perfect. We don't need to create this frame because it's kind of reversing itself. Good. Now we need to just changing these numbers to correct spots on the middle of the exactly center of these blocks. I mean, when we click on top left corner, any place on top left block, we need to have turtle cursor come exactly to center, or not in the center, in a way we need to make it cross. So we need to define that coordinates. So I calculate this before actually, so you don't need to do it. You just write what I write here, self dot go to X minus 10 and Y plus 10. And it doesn't, this part is really not necessary. It's just numbers. You need to just calculate yourself on your screen. Self dot set heading is a method that's changing the heading of the cursor for turtle. And minus 45, kind of diagonal. And the color, we can say self dot color for us will be white because the board is black. And also self.size or pen size, let's be a 2 and self.down, like we, now the pen is touching the paper. Self.forward, self.forward 60. This calculation is a little bit maybe confusing, but you need to do it just once, and every time you call this function or method is going to do it for you. Self.up. Here we again dispatch the pen from the paper, as we can say. Self dot go to x plus 30 and y plus 10. Okay, again self dot set heading, which is exactly, again, we are changing the head of the cursor, minus 135. Self dot down, we put the pen again on the on the paper, and self dot forward 60. Self dot up, we are done here, and self dot hide turtle one more time. Actually, we never show turtle, so if let me check the class hide turtle. We already hide turtle, but do we need to show it? Maybe. Maybe it's nicer. Self dot show turtle. Let me see what will happen. Okay, now when we run the program, what's going to happen? Oh, we got something. Yeah, but we need a very big box there. Now we can change the shape also. Self dot shape. We call it what? Arrow, maybe, or classic. We can say it's arrow. And animation can be a little bit slowly. Can we change it? We can go to our setting. The tracer can be 3, or we need to change something else. Control S one more time. Yeah, here. Then we need to hide the turtle afterward because we show it. So no, this is our class where we been on cross, and after we hide the turtle. Where I show the turtle, hide it. Yeah, here. Show a turtle. After hide the turtle. Okay. Not happy so much about this shape. What about classic? And also didn't change that much. Control S here. Maybe I changed the drawing speed in my. Where is the speed? Speed. Can we call it for 3? And which one is nicer? If we show the turtle or not showing the turtle? Yep, this is kind of cool. Okay. All right, it's nicer. And you see down here in our prompt in our terminal, we also see that we are changing the items in our list from empty character to X. Okay. All right. So let's finish this video now, and I think it's enough. So one more time, what we did, we kind of worked a lot. We have the class, we have our attributes here. Here we draw our border, draw our board, and in our main function, we call the game class, create one object from game class, and after calling the board method or board function, and after using turtle on screen click method and calling this function in our game class, which is the user one. Where is it? Here. And here we get x and y coordinates. We set the move to x character. We convert these coordinates to, we round them, and we send these rounded coordinates to this function, and we convert them to numbers from 0 to 8, which is the indexes in our board list. And after we return the self-let spot, so this is like kind of available number for us, we can get it when we want by calling the get spot. And now we get the number here, we insert, we change the values or items inside the board, we print the board just for confirmation, and we send these numbers again to cross. And in cross, where is the cross? Here. It's like more we are working with just turtle. We change the shape of the turtle to classic, and showing the turtle by using show turtle method. Go to, it's kind of go to. It reminds me when I was a kid, been playing with Commodore 64 with QBasic. I've been drawing. That time it was go to line 0, and after blah 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 do something, go to line 1, and after go to line 10, do something, go back to line. It was very strange but very nice programming. And anyway, so here set heading, we change the heading to different angle, and as you see, change the color, pen size, and we do a little bit of work here with turtle, and we can have X drawing on our board. Now for next video, we need to check if this spot is not already taken. So let me show you before I finish this video. All right. For example, here. Okay, if you see down here, now we have something in index 0. So when we call it, what's going to happen? We get error, like the program freeze. Now let's fix it in next video. Okay. So if you like my videos, tutorials, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you in next video.